Welcome back guys. In this video we are going to take a look at $HTTP service in AngularJS, which basically help us to retrieve data from the server. I have this JSON file, let me show you. So this is a simple JSON file and we're going to retrieve this using $HTTP service in this video. So let's go to app.js file. We need to inject $HTTP service in our controller to use it. So let's do that. So I'm going to type comma and $HTTP, right? And now I'm going to take you guys to the documentation and show you a few things about this service. So this is a $HTTP service. It basically is a core AngularJS service that facilitates communication with the remote HTTP server via browser XML HTTP request. Now we have some general usage as well. So we have a method such as post, get, head, put, delete, JSON-P, and patch. We're going to take a look at get, how to retrieve data. So we have some shortcut methods as well, and we have some full methods. So we have this method here. Basically it's a variable which has a method, URL, and header configuration, and a data as well. So we'll take a look at the shortcut method first. So let's go up there and we'll use this $HTTP.get method. So we go back to WebStorm, we open up our page here, and now let's go and grab that. So we use $HTTP.get method, and after that we need to type the URL for our JSON file. So that's a string, so type data.json, right? And then after that it's a callback, so we use a then. And after that it takes two functions, a callback success function and a callback fail error function, right? So we write those now. So we go back and here we'll type first function, which is going to get us, let's just say we type result here. And then we need to have an error function as well. So we type function, we type error here, and then semicolon at the end. Now, once it gets the data, it will put the data into a result. So we will use result.data, and then we can console the log to just have a look at it. So let's just do console.log and do result, and let's see what it returns. So I'm going to save the file and let's go to our page. I'm going to open the console by going to developer tools and let's go to console. I'm going to refresh the page and there we go. So it retrieves the data from JSON file. So it just gave us the data for that. We have a configuration. So the call method was get, and then we have other options as well. So status is 200, status text is okay, right? So now we can use that data and show that data in our HTML file. So to do that, we can create a scope object, scope dot, let's just say data is equal to nothing for now, right? And down here, once we get the data and we want to check if result dot status is equal to 200, then we just use the scope object data is equal to result.data. all right, and then we are going to use this error function. So if there's an error, just do console.log and just write the error message, right? I'm going to save this file, and then we are going to basically create another function which will help us to create a button and then use a click event on it. So let's just do scope.get data is equal to function, and then inside that function we can just wrap this. So let's just delete this, and then after that we add this button here. All right, so now we are going to go back to index.html file, and here we will just say, first of all, let's have an input class. We use form control from Bootstrap, and then the value is get data, and then we have ng-click where we'll use get data. So we have that data function there, and let's just come down here. So now once we click on that, we want to show the data. So how do we show the data here? So we can use this ng model or ng bind, or we can just create a, well, let's just do a couple of divs here. So let's just say we can use the UL actually. So UL another list, and then we just use a binding expression, and we just use this scope.data, and then we get the data from name, gender, and job. Let me show you the JSON file again. So JSON file has this name key, gender, job, and hobbies key, right? We want to retrieve that. So here we will use, let's just say data.name, right? And then we have another, let's just say list item. This make it a list item, and then we push this top here, right? And then we want to create another list item, and inside that we use the binding expression. We use data dot, let's just say gender, right? And then we have another binding expression, so let's just say data dot, and we can get a job, right? That's enough for now. So let's go and refresh our page. Now inside our page we have this button, get data. It's actually an input type. We actually need to refresh the page again. We need to give a type as well to input, so that would be a button. Let's refresh the page. We close the console, and this is the button we have. If I click on that, it will go and retrieve the data from the server from this JSON file. And as you can see, we are using that scope object now here to show the data. So we're accessing this, we're setting the scope object to the result, and then inside our HTML file, we're using a binding expression to show that data. We're going to be looking into this in details, and we will use all of this feature in our project. So I just wanted to give you a quick peek. There is a service HTTP which helps us to retrieve data from the server, and it basically helps us to use to make a calls to HTTP server. Alright, so we'll look at this in details in our projects, and yeah, that's about it for this video, guys.